Hello again, music lovers. Tim coming at you again with another video. And this video is kind of back to regular scheduled programming, so to speak. About music in my general ballpark. But, yesterday I talked about yesterday, June 20th, I talked about the anniversary of Jaws in my first episode of Talking Movies. And I didn't realize until I saw on a Facebook post that June 20th was also the anniversary, having to be the 33rd anniversary of this. Scorpions Worldwide Live was released 33 years ago yesterday. This album and VHS that I played to death back in the day got me so excited to see a Scorpions concert, as I've mentioned before. Not too long after, well, a couple years after this came out is when I first started getting into the band. And then when I heard these, I'm like, yeah, I got to see these guys live. And in 1990-91 was the only time I got to see the band with the lineup that made this album and a lot of their iconic 80s music. And that was on their Crazy World tour, their original Crazy World tour, since they're the current tour they are on now. They're calling the Crazy World Tour. But they're not playing the song Crazy World, go figure. But I digress. This, has been often called one of the best rock live albums ever. I happen to agree. Some of the versions of songs on, the live versions of the songs on here, I prefer over the studio versions. Two that come to my mind right now are Big City Nights, Still Loving You. Not Still Loving You, No One Like You. Even to a certain extent, Rock You Like a Hurricane. But an iconic album, and forgive me for my being repetitive, but I've often thought, if I could borrow Doc Brown from Back to the Future's DeLorean for one day, I'd go back to May 26, 1984, when they were playing in my local area I live in now. On the gatefold, these are all the dates of that tour, or most of them anyway. I don't know if this is every single date. But according to that list, they were in my local area on this tour, May 26, 1984. This was, of course, in support of Love at First Sting, which is my second favorite album of theirs next to Crazy World. But, yeah, it's hard to believe it's been 33 years since this. Drat my young age. I wasn't going to very many concerts back then. But, if I knew then what I know now, everybody has those moments. I would definitely have gone to this for sure. Some of the best moments on this, were captured on the VHS for me, like the part in Dynamite where the band's jamming away and Rudolf Schenker takes his guitar off and he's just winging it around in a... If any of you have seen that video, you know what I'm talking about. And the VHS, you know, showed some of the off-stage exploits as well. Nothing too graphic, but, you know, kind of touched on the offstage exploits, I should say. So it was interesting and sometimes humorous to see those. But to this day, you know, I'm still blown away by this. It's hard to believe Klaus and Rudolph are in their 70s now. They're still doing their thing. Best and maybe even better than 70-year-olds ought to be able to do it. I'm not sure how old Matthias is. Klaus, Rudolph, and Matthias are the only ones left in the band that made this album. And this is, of course, the copy that I got from Vinylizer last week. And as an aside, John, I've played the records. They all play very well. No major problems with the records. Again, I didn't anticipate any because I know you take very good care of your vinyl. I thank you again. But anyway, I just thought I'd shoot this video about a year ago on a day, the release of this, and how much it still means to me today, and how good it is to have it back in my collection. I'm going to have to spin it at some point before the day is out. But anyway, before I bore you any further, I'm going to sign off. Have a great day, music lovers. Rock on. God bless. Long live Worldwide Live.